I am by no means a professional. I've just made a couple blankets, I've learned some stuff, and I'm just showing you what I've learned and what works for me. Here you go, take it or leave it. Yes. What I've learned about a slip knot is you want 3 to 4 fingers for your slip knot, right? And you want to pull it tight. Then when you start your chain and you pull it through, these loops, you're going to want the same like 3 to 4 fingers for your chain, not the rest of the blanket, the chain. Because if you make them too small, it's going to be too hard to pull the next row through. My first chain is 30. I pulled it through 30 times. And then depending how tight or loose you make it, that's gonna be how big your blanket is. If you like how big it is, go with it. If you don't like how big it is, choose a different number or go tighter or looser, whatever you gotta do, make your adjustments. I've been told to make the braid around the edge. After you make your chain, you're supposed to flip it over to the other side. For this next row, I find it easier to work from right to left. And after that, it gets easy. But this part is kind of tricky because you have to find these specific little places. So you're gonna leave that there, leave that there. And then you're gonna make your loops through the piece, this piece that crosses over. Since this first chain is 30 long, there should be 30 of these little pieces that you go through for your next row. Let's just go for it. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, this right here. You're gonna pull it through. Okay. These are about a loose thumb, I guess, depending on the tightness you want it. This is just my opinion. Do whatever you want. Okay, 1, 2. And your yarn should always be over the way that you're working, have it over there. You don't want it to be on this side because then it gets all weird. So whatever way you're working, put your yarn that way. I'm gonna show you when I flip it over, this is what the braid is looking like that I'm telling you about. That's the edge, that's what the edge will look like. If you want this braided edge look, then you need to go through these specific parts for your loops on just this row. After this row, it'll be different. You wanna try to keep your loops pretty close to the same size. Now we're down at this end, okay? You have the chain and then the next row. So now we're doing the next row. This was the last loop I made, my 30th. You don't do anything with this, you leave this loop here. And that is how we're gonna make a braid up the sides too. You're gonna leave this loop alone. Now we're just gonna go through these loops. You pull it through the back, you go behind and you pull it through like this. So you have this, you go behind